In this film, we're going to extend our thinking about the system of car control and have a look at the techniques of cornering and overtaking. When a car changes direction, a number of forces push and pull in various ways, considerably reducing stability. We can have direct control over some of these forces, but there are others which are not so easy to command, and these can present dangers. We control the speed of a car with accelerator and brakes. We control direction by steering. If we're traveling fast and turning sharply, the car tends to roll towards one side. The measure of this rolling action is directly related to speed and radius of turn. Traveling at 20 miles an hour around this corner produces some rolling action. We take the same line, or radius of turn, at a much higher speed. Obviously, the greater the speed, the greater the angle of rolling action. This time we take a tight line, a sharp radius of turn, around a corner. Traveling around the same corner at the same speed, we make a more gradual turn, a wider line. And we show that the tighter our radius of turn, the greater the angle of rolling action. The rolling action is a sideways force, which, because the car is sprung, first causes it to lean. If the force is increased and the tires lose their grip on the road, the car will slide sideways. However, if the force is strong enough and the tires continue to grip the road, or if while sliding hit a low obstacle such as a gutter or a rock, the car will roll. Just as rolling upsets a car's stability, so too does braking. When the brakes are applied, the front of the car dips and the back tries to rise. This is called pitching, and the harder we brake, the greater the pitching. When a car is both rolling and pitching, the driver is in danger of losing control. If we slow down before reaching a corner, we reduce this danger. If we take a wide radius of turn, we reduce it again. On this model, we approach a right-hand corner driving to the system of car control. So we arrive traveling at the correct speed and fully aware of the position of any following traffic. If we turn the corner keeping well over to the side, this gives us a sharp radius of turn. However, we can make a wider radius of turn by moving towards the center, then out towards the side of the road. We now corner smoothly instead of turning sharply. This is taking the correct line, provided it complies with traffic regulations. Now a left-hand turn. Here our radius is around a tight corner. To choose the correct line, we move out towards the center, then around. Now we're taking the smooth line instead of the tight turn. If buildings or walls block our view around a corner, by taking the wider line, any obstacles can be seen much earlier. The line of vision from the obstacle cuts the wider line much earlier than the tighter line, thus giving us more time to take evasive action. Here again is the wide line on a right-hand turn, across to the center, and then out and around. Turning corners smoothly is a matter of judging the right speed and taking the right line. To judge properly, we must be able to see clearly. As we approach this corner, a stationary car is hidden from view. Approaching cautiously, we take a tight line and stop as soon as we see the other car. As this is a demonstration, we mark the position at which we get our first view of the obstruction. Then we approach again, taking a wider line. The wide line obviously allows us to see the other car much earlier. In a practical situation, this would have allowed much more time to stop or to take other evasive action as required. Cornering, like almost every other facet of driving, is mostly a matter of looking ahead and to the rear, sizing up the situation to make judgments and planning sensible moves. We watch the technique of this driver as he goes through a series of corners. In traffic, if we're traveling close behind another vehicle, we can't see what is ahead on our own side, and we can't see enough of the other side of the road to overtake safely. If we drop back, we get a much better view. The general safety rule for following other traffic is to allow one large car's length for every 10 miles an hour of our speed. 30 miles an hour, 3 car lengths. 40 miles an hour, 4 car lengths. 50 miles an hour, 5 car lengths. Under adverse conditions, wet roads for example, it's better to double the distance. Let's look at the system of car control as applied to overtaking. Firstly, on a multi-laned highway.
Check both mirrors and it's all clear behind. I'm giving a signal to warn following traffic. We move out to overtake. Cancel the signal. Speed is right and I'm in the right gear to accelerate past. Once past, check the mirrors, I can see the overtaken car. Give a signal and move back to the centre lane.
Alternatively, no diverging course may be necessary.
We're already in the overtaking lane and approaching the car ahead, so we keep going and accelerate past. Once past, check the mirrors. I see him clearly behind. Signal to move to the centre lane and move across. Cancel the signal. The road carries up over the hill ahead. Speed is right, gear is right.
On narrower roads, overtaking is more hazardous, as we often have to cross the centre line and face oncoming traffic. Under such conditions, our zone of vision should be large enough for us to clearly see any oncoming cars to judge whether it is safe to pass.
I'll hang back and increase my zone of vision. It seems safe to pass, so check mirrors. All clear and signal. Change down for power and recheck mirrors. Still all clear, so pull out. Cancel the signal. The oncoming car is far enough away for me to overtake the truck, so accelerate and change up. Mirrors, I can see I'm past the truck. Signal and return to the left side of the road. Cancel the signal. The road ahead is clear of traffic.
The good driver instinctively uses the system of car control, and he uses it as it needs to be applied in every driving situation. In cornering, it gives him the correct approach, the right speed, and the right gear, so that he can choose a smooth, safe line through the corner. Driving is observing ahead and to the sides and the rear. It is sizing up situations. It is using knowledge and experience to apply sound judgment to every driving situation. The driver who does this can be proud of his skill and aware that he handles his car with safety.